As of right now, I think it's about 250, or excuse me, the estimate says 200, but there's a very similar house that sold not even a month ago for 245. Um, and he was asking 200. So I mean, let's see if somebody be interested, like maybe around 180, or even just where they would be interested at. Because I know he's negotiable, and that's why I said he can't get the pictures, but he's open to letting people go walk it at any time. So maybe you could put that in the post and just tell them when you post it up there, just say, hey, we don't have pictures at this time, but if you want to go walk it, let me know. Or I don't know, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just put it in the description.
Yeah, that'll help.
Okay. Yes. I'll let you know when down to the person.
Okay,
I'll
that'll.
check it straight there. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank,
now.
thank you, Laura.
Get Laura some live time, man. What's going on, people? You just hearing Cordero, talking to the lead manager, trying to get some of these people under contract, man. So it's Mindset Monday though, man. So we getting into it, talking about the mindset of wholesaling. Contacts equals contracts. It's like, dude, and I've been talking about this lately and talking about it a lot, and it's just the truth. You know, business is a contact sport, man. You got to be able to contact people, and it's like that has to be your mindset. Like a lot of people, they want to take the shortest route to a deal. The shortest route, a lot of people, at least a lot of beginners think the shortest route is, go online and look what's on there, because people so used to Googling stuff and finding it. It's like, oh, let me Google a property and find it. It's like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to just jump on Zillow, pull up some properties, and think you done found a deal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that, and it's just not how it works, man. It's just not how it works. I mean, and I ain't trying to talk bad about nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because I was the same way, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I had somebody hit me up, was like, hey man, can you help with a deal? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. But they didn't want to give me the address. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I don't want to give you the address, Cordero. I don't know if you're gonna steal my deal. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're gonna steal my deal, Cordero. I don't want to give you the address. And then I'm like, dude, I can't help you unless you give me the address. And if you send me something, I cannot help you unless you, like, dude, I don't have time, man. It's like, dude, I do not have time to prowl a deal out from you. It's like, dude, I'm too busy trying to keep up my own stuff, trying to figure out my own junk. You know what I'm saying? We running a real business here, man. It's like nobody got no time to be trying to take your stuff. So, but anyways, he ended up sending me the address, and I look. Go ahead.
I gonna say, imagine like if we was realtors and I was like, hey, I want you to sell my house for me, but I'm not gonna tell you where it's at. It's like, come on.
It's like,
Are you a
come on,
mechanic?
man, you can't do that.
Look, I need you to fix my transmission, but I'm not gonna tell you which car in the parking lot is mine. You just
I ain't gonna tell you what kind of car it is. You might try to go steal it. So it's like, man, nah, dude. But anyways, man, they sent me the address, and guess what, man? Is listed. That's
come on, man.
the whole part of wholesaling. It's like you supposed to be the only one that really know. It's like you supposed to
Oh,
have
that's the whole
inside.
part of he or she or whoever it was kept the address a secret and it's listed.
Exactly, dude. Everybody know, man. Everybody can look on the internet and see. It's like, man, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I know people are beginners and stuff like that, man. Everybody trying to figure it out. But it's like, dude, if you send it, at least me, man, like, dude, I don't have time, man. I really ain't got time to be talking to you, to be honest.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? I'm killing time sitting here talking to you, first of all. Second of all, I don't have time to be trying to prowl. I ain't got time to be trying to prove myself to you. You know what I'm saying?
Look, real, that's a major key, dude. That's a real point. Cause I be trying to let people know it's just like if I'm taking it, because you gotta understand, it's not even that I'm just special. It's just that I'm trying to get my next deals. It's like I'm following my dreams and I'm pushing myself to grow to hit all of my goals. So if you're trying to hit one of your goals and you reach out to me and say, hey, I need your help in any capacity, whether it's just advice or I need you to actually help me work a deal, or I need you to look this up for me, this, that, or the other. And I take time away from my day, whether I'm going to be benefiting or not, it's got to be, first of all, I would like it to be beneficial for me. Like we can work the deal together. Like you want to bring me in, but I'm not stingy. I'll help somebody if they want to be helped. But at that point, like Byron said, I'm just blowing my time.
Yeah.
It's a valuable commodity in life, period. Not even just business, because you can lose money, get it back. You'll never get time back. Time is just a valuable commodity. So I'm spending it on you. And there's so many things that people do to can waste your time. And you're going to have to realize this too, as you go on your own personal journey, is because there are going to be people as you grow and elevate your status and your leverage in this business. People going to tap into you to help them elevate their level in this business. But before you even do that, there are going to be people who just want you to come kick it, come hang out like we used to hang out. Man, hit me up, man. We're going to the club on Saturday. You might need to be in the dialer on Saturday, where everybody else at the club. So it's just like you got to really assess and evaluate how you divvy out your time to people. And then if you get on the phone with somebody and they wasting your time or playing, it's just like, you don't understand, man. I ain't got that luxury to just be playing with you like that. So if you want my help, the communication need to be clear. If you don't trust me, then maybe I'm not the one to help you. And we even went through that with real sellers, not even just people in the business that we're trying to help. It's real sellers that reach out to us playing. You guys are scared. I had this one lady, we had a great conversation. We were talking and everything was perfect. And they had a couple properties. I was like, okay, just need to know her, trying to reach out. And she was the property manager and she knew the owner on a personal level. And I was talking with her out of respects because I didn't want to just say, okay, I'm going to skip over you. And then I was going to go get the owner's information, all this, that, and the other. This was on like let's say a Friday or something like that. Or like a Thursday. Then next thing I know, she was supposed to be sending me over information. I reached back out to her on Monday. I was like, hey, were you able to get over that information? She was like, give me a call. And then I called her. And then she just started asking me questions like, how long have you been working with the company? This, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, because we had a good conversation. Then out of nowhere, she's like, what are you trying to do? Scam the tenants of the property? I'm like, what? And she goes on this, you're a scammer, you're this, that, and the other. And as y'all notice, I was just on the phone with Laura because we're having technical difficulties with our company number system. It's a platform-wide error or issue, platform-wide. And she was saying because she tried to call me on that Friday, she couldn't get to me. She was all of a sudden, I'm a scam. And she's doing all of this. Her boss, the owner, I talked with him. They're all like, well, you're going to need to prove this. And you're going to have to do this, that, and the other. And you're going to have to do this and this. And I'm like, both me and Byron was talking about this, but I found myself going so far out of the way to try to prove to them first that I'm legit. And that's not even the negotiation battles. So it's just like, I don't have time to be playing with you. I could do all of that proving and wasting my time and actual time to prove this to you, a real seller, not a friend that's reaching out to me this is a real seller, just to get to a point where they realize you're not offering us buy. I could have talked to 10 other people or generated 10 brand new leads that we could be working. So I'm sorry I went on that rant, but people really do be wasting your time, whether you my friend, you my cousin, whoever. It's just like, you got to respect. I'm going to respect your time, respect mine. If you want some help and you want to do some solid business, let's work. But don't come here playing.
Yeah, that's the big thing for me is it's like, dude, I never like went around being scared. You know what I'm saying? Like scared that somebody gonna steal my deal, scared that somebody gonna do this, scared that somebody gonna do that. It's like, man, you cannot go around that way. You know what I'm saying? People always ask me, like, because I always send the buyers to the property. It's like, you ain't worried about going behind your back. It's like, dude, no, I'm not. It's like, man, if they do, I'm just gonna not mess with them no more. It's like, it's simple, man. It's like, stop overthinking, stop being worried about this, worried about that, worried about everything, man. You ain't got time to, like, when I was in my, like, dude, I ain't got time to be worried, dude. You got one freaking life. You got one time to go get after it. You know what I'm saying? You in this business, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? You can't be saying that word. What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? Like, there's so many people get caught up in the what if. You never get down to doing actual business. And if Cordero, let's say if he was hitting up somebody like Ben Mala, let's say Cordero had something that Ben Mala could help him out. And Cordero hit up Ben Mala, and Ben, am I saying his name right? I don't even know who this guy is.
No, you saying it right.
So if Ben Mala actually responds to Cordero and actually says, yes, Cordero, I'll help you out with this deal, is Cordero gonna say, but you know what, Ben Mala, I don't know if I want to give you this address, man. You know, I don't know, man. It's been some people out here taking my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Is you really gonna say that? You know what I'm saying? Are you really gonna say that?
I think that boils down to the age-old saying, "Scared money don't make no money," and that means a lot of stuff. But what Byron's speaking to now, I think, is the heart of that saying. It's just like, if you moving in fear in that regards, like, oh, somebody, then it's not that. It's really fear. So you're gonna be afraid of the next thing. What happens if you say, all right, I will give you the address, then you go on the contract, then the whole time you're gonna be afraid, well, what if he still run off on the deal? What if he talked to what if we use his closing attorney and he know his closing attorney and he tell him to write me out the deal? What if this happened? What if that, like, it's just fear that you have, period. And so you're using this like first, what if I tell him and he steal my deal? It's just like, you're going to keep thinking, what if you just let fear lead you, right? And I don't even mean to say fear leads you, but fear holds you back. That's what you're doing. Because I think you should let fear lead you, meaning lean into your fear. Whatever you're afraid of, that's what you need to do. I'm afraid to make the call. That's just, and I'll just read 10X rule again, but that's just a sign of life. That's also the same principle in the obstacle is the way. Whatever you're afraid to do, if I'm afraid to make the call that person. Oh, what if he say no? Call him. I'm afraid to give Byron the address. Give Byron the address. I'm afraid to get him on a contract, because then what happens if I can't deliver and this, that, the other? Get him on the contract. You need to have all your ducks in a row, but I'm not saying just go out willy-nilly, get people on the contract. But as long as you don't already got your buyers, you know it's something that they're looking for, you know the deal is at least at a moderate discount, then go ahead. Don't be afraid to do it. You got yourself a deal. Keep moving forward. And sometimes, no, especially when you've never done something before, then I think there's going to be that air of, I don't know. People fear what they don't know or what they don't understand. That's just a basic principle of life. That's why you got people who's racist. I don't know you. You're not my color. You're not my race. You unfamiliar to me. I ain't never dealt with that before. So that's why it's going to manifest itself into hate. I don't want my kids playing with your kids. I don't want to go to school and church with you, so on and so forth. So therefore, fear can hold you back, or you can lean into it. And that could be stepping out of your comfort zone and going into what you always wanted, but you never had before. Right? And Byron, you always speak to this. You always, I think we were talking about flips or something one time. And I was just like, man, I ain't never done a flip before. He was just like, he said something like this. The answer is what you ain't doing or what you've never done. That's where you need to be.
That's your exact answer. Your exact answer is what you never done. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious you in the position that you in because you ain't done what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you want to get to a certain spot, you got to start doing some stuff you ain't never done before. You know what I'm saying? you ever look back and say, man, you didn't reach, like, I remember when I went from failing 4 classes in the 9th grade to passing and making A's and B's in the 11th, 12th grade. I started doing stuff that I never done before. I actually went home and opened the book, opened the notebook, looked at stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, instead of just going, throw it in my book bag and never looking at it again, I actually paid attention in class. It's like, instead of just sitting there, I actually was like engaged. I actually tried to answer questions in class. It's like you got to start doing stuff that you've never done before. You can't keep doing the same thing. It's like, man, you cannot keep doing. I hate keep doing the same thing. I hate it. If I'm not getting results, I hate just keep doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And you might keep doing the same thing. Like there's some things I guarantee that a lot of people do. They hate that they do it, but they keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got that, but you shouldn't be trying to do the same thing and get different results. It just doesn't work like that.
You can't grow inside your comfort zone. All growth is done outside of the comfort zone. If you don't embrace that, if you keep, like, I've had people who just flat out will deny that they're afraid of something, that will flat out deny that, blah, blah. First of all, what I mean by embrace it, acknowledge that it kind of scares you. Acknowledge that it may be uncomfortable, because I think in my humble opinion, when it comes to actually navigating your way into a new door or out of an old door, where you're going on from one chapter or away from the last chapter, it's just like, it's about having a sense of awareness. Okay, I'm here and I want to go there and I'm afraid to go there. I think it's just about embracing it, about being truly honest with yourself, because with that level of insight, comes the understanding that my comfort plays a major role in this. And that's what I was talking about too. The dude could talk all day long about, well, what if he steals my deal? No, what if you're uncomfortable? That's really what the underlying bar is. And to me, I would imagine so. It's like, what if I got to be uncomfortable? You want to grow, you want to get your first deal and do multiple deals and continue to grow your business and be comfortable. There's the trade. That's the difference, bro. That's the trade-off. You don't get both. You don't get to come out here and be successful in a market like this, in a great market, in a terrible market, good market, great economy, inflation, no inflation, and whatever the conditions are. You either stay at your regular 9-to-5, consistently doing a regular thing. That's comfort, though. Or you get uncomfortable and you do this. You don't get to grow in this regards and be comfortable. It's a trade-off. But you know what's uncomfortable is, what else is uncomfortable too, is going the whole, like, feeling like you was meant for something and desiring it, and you got a strong burning desire within you to do something greater, and you never do it.
Yeah.
And that's gonna add up over time. You'd rather just be here comfortable. Let somebody else get that deal. And you're like, dang it. If I'd have just told Byron about that deal, if I'd have just gave him the address. Maybe not with that one if it was already listed, but I mean, just in general, that's not the first time that's happened to Byron. It's not the first time it's happened to me. Like, that happens a lot. People bring you a deal, won't tell you the address. Oh, okay. All right.
It's like, move on. It's like I'm off to something else, because I don't have time. I can't waste my time with this. You know what I'm saying? And what you just said, it's like, it's a trade-off. Everything is like that. You know what I'm saying? Everything is like that. You never stay the same. Every day you're going to get better at whatever it is or worse at whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's like every day you're going to get better or you're going to get worse. You know what I'm saying? I remember a preacher, I think I told you about it, saying, like, dude, you can't go to heaven and hell. You can't go to both. It's like, you can't. You can't go to both of them. It's like, dude, you can't go to both. It's like, dude, it's a trade-off. It's like you're gonna cut this stuff off and you're gonna do the right thing and go to heaven, or you're gonna say bump the right stuff, keep doing the wrong stuff, and go downstairs. It's like you can't go to both. It's like it's a trade-off, man. You can't remain you and elevate.
Yeah.
You can't remain you right here and elevate at the same time. It's a trade-off.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of which, when people usually say, "Man, I'm not good at talking to people," how would you suggest I get good at? What you mean is you scared of rejection, and that's it. Because if you think anybody start off good, even the people who are confident at doing it start off trash. I'm telling you, I was kind of sort of confident, and I started off terrible. So it's not about being good. Everybody, the first thing you start is always going to be good. So really what you're saying is, hey, is there any way that I can like make calls without being uncomfortable? Is there a way that we can make that? No, there's no way you can do that without being uncomfortable, especially in the beginning. It's just like, be willing to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to make some calls. You're going to have to deal with some rejection. It's a continuous thing. So it's just like, don't even, or, you know, they say, everybody want to go to heaven, nobody want to die. It's like, I'm just saying, it's just like, you want to get there, be focused and fixed on the end goal. And that should pull you through all that you got to get through, knowing that something's on the other side of it, right? Don't just jump into it without real direct, like, where do I want to take this? Where do I want to go? Because you're going to experience that turbulence. You're going to experience that turbulence. Like, if I just say, hey, Byron, just come with me tomorrow morning, we're going to get on the flight and we just going to fly. We just going to fly. Byron be like, I got kids. I got a family. I got like some of the naturals like, dude, no, I'm not just going. And then we get on the flight and then it's just turbulence and we just flying and flying and flying and flying and flying. And then you notice it's like, man, we done ate plenty of peanuts, man. I'm hungry. I want something. It's like, yeah, but that's just a flight to nowhere for no reason. But if I say, hey, Byron, let's get on the flight. We're going on vacation. We're going to Dubai, all expense paid vacation. Everything taken care of. It's on me. And your family can come too. I'm taking care of everybody. That's different. That's a long flight too, but at least we have a destination. There's nothing different that we wouldn't deal with. We still gonna deal with turbulence. We still gonna probably get hungry on that flight. It's a long, cooped up in a cabin. We just sitting there for hours, but at least we know why we're doing it and where we're going and what we have to look forward to when we land. There's a major difference. And so you got to be fixed on your end goal and what you truly want to get out of this. So that way it pulls you through. Now the cold calling and the rejection and the text messages and the putting the money up and not seeing the return right away and just risking all the risks, giving people the address to a property that might be something. All of that won't be as big of a, well, it's not a big deal, but at least you know why you're doing it. And your why is pulling you through that. So instead of being on this side of it, like, man, I gotta fight the giant. You like, man, you thinking on the other side of that giant is everything that I've ever wanted. So let me go ahead and knock him out real quick. Let me go ahead and David and Goliath him real quick. And then I'm gonna get to where I want to. It's just a shift in mindset. So it's just like you gotta be able to get over your fears. And I think the biggest way to do it is connecting it with the end resolve, right? And most likely to our point today, contacts equal contracts. In order to get the right, it's contacts, but it's the right contacts. And you still got to go through enough people to get to the right.
A lot of them. And just like cold calling.
It is, yeah, very much so. And you got to go through the right, like you got to generate enough of the right people. So you got to talk to a lot of just people to get the right people. And then of those group of right people, you got to build up a lot of those right people to get the right timing and the right deal in place and the right offer in place for them and the right motivation for that. So it's like that take a lot out of you if you don't know why you're doing this. So I would say stop being scared, really think about why you're wanting to do this. And then that should, when you're afraid, focus on that. and then it'll pull you through, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So James says, "What's up, gents? Off topic, but how's Smarter Contact going, dude? I actually skipped out of Smarter Contact, man. When they shut, they jumped down, and did launch show for a few months, had success, but the new regulations and templates, they are making stuff a lot harder to get responses, a lot harder to get leads. Not saying that you can't get leads, but it's a lot harder to text and get leads. I think at this point, it's a lot easier and makes a lot more sense to maybe increase a different form of marketing. And I would suggest cold calling because, one, I've done it already. Two, because I've done it already, I got proof of concept. And then the third thing is, it's just an age-old thing that's done by like almost everybody. It's like all these big companies, they call you. You know what I'm saying? It's like they call you. It's a reason that they call. They must be getting somebody on the phone. They call you. It just works. So we're doing that, and I only been calling like for a couple of days, but I already like it. Not because I'm just smashing and getting leads and stuff like that, but because it's a contact sport. I see the contact being made, you know what I'm saying? And when you see that contact being made, you just know if you contact enough people, what's coming. Like, it's like I get crunk up about contact. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even crunk up about the leads. I'm getting crunk up about, man, we are actually talking to people. They might be saying they ain't interested, but we are actually getting people on the phone and having a conversation with them. Like, that's big. It's like, how many people can we have a conversation with? Because if we have a conversation with enough people, we're going to find the people that's looking to sell. There's no doubt. It's like, if we have conversations with enough people, we're going to find people that need to sell. After that, like, as long as we make contact, the only question is how many people we need to talk to before we find that person that's looking to sell. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the only question. And then how many people do we need to find that's looking to sell before we close the deal? You see what I'm saying? How many real leads is actually looking to sell their property that we need to run to before, boom, we got a contract and we rolling forward? Because when we get a contract, you know what I'm saying, especially doing it a targeted way, the way we like to target, when we get somebody under contract, we like the buyer is there. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing, like I'm refocusing, I'm trying to focus in, I'm trying to make sure that I go back to the basics, man, of what I do, which is let's stay narrowly focused. Let's target the group of people that we need to target where I know the buyers are going to buy it. And let's get this done. Like I say the right way, but it's really the way that I do it. It's not like this is just the right way. Like it's just the way, but it's a good one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to get back to the basics. I'm basically almost starting on ground level because it's like, and that's why I kind of like cold calling, like that I'm trying to get into cold calling cranked up too, because it's like, I really don't see them, maybe they shut off cold calling one day. Maybe cold calling just get shut down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they come out one day, Cordero, and just say, hey, we're going to stop all these people from calling people, from being able to, dial people's numbers and stuff like that. But, they hadn't done it in the last, I don't know how many years. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to call people. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why I'm like the contacts, you know what I'm saying? Contacts equals contracts. It's all about the contact. It's all about the contact. At least, to me, it's all about the contact.
Yeah, dude.
So,
hey, Byron just read my book right there, man. I'm telling you, he's saying like all the things that I've been believing for a while. And me and him had discussed it, but like that to me, and like James, to your point, I don't know if that's even weird wordage because well, the templates make you say weird stuff. It's like it make you say stuff like Cordero.
enjoying Shelbyville, explore all Shelbyville has to offer. You know,
I was saying nonsense,
just stupid like that.
right on the head, right? And like I said, Byron just said a lot, like just a lot of what I had always thought. And I just think if you're a newer person, I believe you should start with the dialer, period. And I understand that there's plenty of times where I guess texting will, assuming that text platforms are at their best or they're performing at their best. I get it. Maybe if you're busy, Byron was a teacher. That was the only thing he could do during the day while he was at work is text people. I mean, fine. But I just think being able to sharpen up your skill set, because whatever you do, you're going to be bad at it in the beginning. That's what I'm telling you. Matter of fact, you could do it as long as I'm doing it. And when you come back over the weekend and on Monday, you be dusty. It happens. It happens a lot. But you just get back into the swing of things. It's nothing. Right. And so the dialer also, that's another immeasurable. It sharpens your ability to talk to people. I feel like you get a visceral ear, pulse to the street, ear to what's going on when you give a particular area that you farming and you start calling it. I just feel like you get a sense of, okay, what are the people in this area like? What are they talking about? What are their general consensus? Is everybody saying, well, I would like to sell my house, but interest rates are too high. If I sell this house, where I'm gonna go? It's just like, yeah, you can get that over text. You can get that over any marketing like strategy. But I just personally like it because I like to talk, and that fits with my personality type.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. But I would just say, like, I agree. But like I was saying, to me, is really about contacts, because it's like, okay, at some point you could text a large amount of people, and it's like, okay, you just contacted at some point I was contacting 10,000 people in a day. 10,000 people, like hitting them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, do you know what you got to have to hit 10,000 people cold calling in a day? Like how many VAs would you need?
Like 10 VAs all going like at least 6 hours straight. Something crazy like that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I could do it though. Like, I could sit there and just hit a button, hold it down, boom, 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 all from the classroom. Just me, all from the classroom. I can sit there and hit a button, hold it down, or I can get one VA, hit a button, hold it down, and then boom.
Yeah, but that's cool.
I'm just thinking about how many people you can actually like the biggest thing is the actually making contact with people, like different market strategies. Like, I think that talking to people is the most powerful, no doubt. But it's like,
I'm talking about
it's
theoretical versus actual. And with the brand new person, it's like this. Let's take an NBA game. You got whatever team Kyrie Irving is on, and then whatever team LeBron James or Steph Curry is on. And then you put me on one of the teams and said, if Cordero get the ball the most, he should make the most points. No. I don't care if I got the ball the whole game. That means it's going to be 0-0. Nobody's going to score. I'm going to get shut down.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking about in the beginning, yeah, but if these people are scared to send you the address because they ain't pushed past that. I get that. Once you don't got like a deal or two and you don't got your weight up, I'm saying maybe even after the first deal, yeah, invest in launch control and do it. But if a person still has not got their first deal yet, they're terrified and they don't want to text 10,000. And even if they got 10,000 people, it's just like, and 500 people was ready to go, they will be scared. You think?
Yeah, I think you gotta be unscared no matter what you do.
Yeah,
you can't be scared. You can't be scared no matter what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be scared. Whatever marketing strategy you pick, you can't be scared. Like, my whole point was, let's say you was in a game. Let's say it's beginner versus beginner, if I give one beginner 10,000 shots and I give another beginner 100 shots, who you think gonna win? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but you still, it's like you still can't be scared. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, if you got 10,000 shots, you can't be scared. But if you got 100 shots, you definitely can't be scared. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but either way, still can't be scared. But my thing is, okay, give me 10,000 shots. That's what I want. Like, give me 10,000 shots. I don't care what kind of marketing you're doing. The people that's getting the best is the people who's taking the most quality shots. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, who's getting the most quality shots? Who's having the most quality conversations? You know what I'm saying? Cordero's talking about cold calling. It's like you can get on the phone and actually, it's not just getting on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Because Cordero is sitting here thinking like Cordero, the cleaner. He think that everybody can get on the phone and get in the door like he knew how to get on the phone.
That's not that's the opposite of what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm
the cleaner without getting on the phone. If I'd have started with text messages, I'd have hid behind the text messages. I'd have been paying 5 times what it costs to cold call just to send out text messages. And then when the text messages finally do come, not only am I not having quality conversations, but I'm not having conversations with any of them. I'm typing, I'm texting. And people in the beginning, if I don't even know how to put a deal together, I don't know what I'm looking for in the text messages. Like I said, if it fit your personality type, it fit your personality type. And the basics are contacts equal contracts. The more people you talk to, and the basics is I can't win them all, but I can't keep losing. So if you give me the rock enough, I'm gonna tee off. However, we talking about that's in theory, that just numbers, but in actuality, it's overwhelming to many new people. I'm talking about an actual thing because you're supposed to just not be scared. You're supposed to have this mindset. But I'm thinking if we giving you real advice, I want to give you advice that whether the 4 degrees of action, whether you're in retreat, you're push past it, you're in massive action, or whatever, everything else in between from retreat to massive action. What advice can I give you that's going to pull you out of any of those? And it's just as simple as you're going to be trash and you need practice talking to people. You need to build up your confidence. That's another thing. Before where I just say, man, you just need to put as much weight on the bar. Obviously, here's the direct correlation. The more weight
you need more weight, but you need more reps. Whatever you're doing, you need more reps. It doesn't matter if you got.
Okay, same thing. The more reps you put on, the stronger you get. But I can't just put on more reps. I got to work my way up to more reps. Like nobody just be like, you know what? I am a skinny freshman in high school, and I want to be swole. Let me just do all the reps I can. It's just like, no, you got to work your way up to doing the reps of a senior, or else you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think it's 2 different things, though. I think one thing is, are you skilled enough to do? You know what I'm saying? It's the skill. It's one thing. The other thing is, are you even talking to enough people? Is what I'm saying. Are you even making enough contact? What if you ain't even doing that many reps? What if you're doing 5 reps a week? It's like you gotta talk to more people. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta talk to more people. You know, you just got to talk to more people, you know. And I mean, you could do that through different marketing strategies, but my whole point is, it's like you do need to get more skill. You do need to understand how to talk to people. Cold calling is probably gonna be the best way you can figure out how to talk to people. But at the end of the day, how many people are you contacting each day? Can you figure that out? You know what I'm saying? If you are cold calling, do you know how many people you contacting every day? Can you figure out how many people are you actually contacting? Because you might be cold calling and doing it all wrong. Like when I started, like I was saying the other day, when I started, I was cold calling, doing it all wrong.
I mean,
not contacted enough people.
You could do any of these all wrong.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's what I'm saying. It's like you need to make sure that you're actually having quality conversations with people.
Yeah, like I said,
Like that's what you need to make sure that you're doing. Because it's like you need to make sure that you're doing that. Like Cordero said, you can do any marketing strategy you can do wrong. So the number one thing, no matter what you're doing, is how many quality conversations are you having with property owners? It doesn't matter if you're doing word of mouth. It doesn't matter if you run around just talking to people.
it doesn't matter.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like it was a dude just closed a deal last week. I helped a dude close a deal last week. He ain't did one marketing strategy. Like he ain't paid for no marketing strategy. He didn't cold call. He didn't text. He didn't send no mailers. He didn't do none of that. What he do? He went around and just talked to everybody he ever knew. He just went around and just talked to as many people as possible. He just talking. He said, I talk to everybody. He just talking to everybody. It doesn't even matter who it is. He just meet somebody, he gonna tell them that he worked with some investors that looking to buy property. Like he's just talking to everybody. Boom, landed a deal.
Dude, I'm telling you, look, like I said, I can't win them all, but I can't keep losing. So to Byron's point, it's just simple. It's just like, if you can continue, this is contacts equal contracts, because there's not a single, because I say this all the time. Money is a direct correlation to value that you provide in your community and your society. But if it's just you and you don't bring any, you can't provide value to anybody. You can't buy something from yourself, right? That's the whole point too that Grant Cardone talks about. It's just like, if they don't know you, they can't flow you. But who can't flow you? Who has your money? Who are you going to in their pocket? Who got their cash? Because the one thing I learned about doing sales before real estate is that these people are spending their money on, it don't matter if if they live in paycheck to paycheck, if they hundreds of thousands of dollars in consumer debt, it does not matter. They still spending money like there's no tomorrow. They're still spending money. Right? Different people have different personality types. And so understanding people, you realize that some people just kind of have it like, if they see it as valuable, I could be making $50,000 a year and I have a $50,000 car and I got all these other bills, an apartment complex, this, that, and the other that I'm buying, and this, that, and the other. I will still come into T-Mobile or Verizon and buy 3 iPhones and financing things like it wasn't nothing, right? Yeah, and so it's about understanding that if you provide value to people, they will put their money there because they just are those type of people. And so you got to go talk to those people. You got to go interact with those people. You got to let them know, hey, I'm here to provide value.
Shout out to man.
Yeah, shout out to Anita, man.
Oh, snap, man, roast. Like, man, I ain't mean to roast anybody, man. I'm just letting you know, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like I know, like, hey, look, if you're a beginner and you can reach out and get Cordero on the phone and actually have him talk to you about how to talk to people, that's gonna change a lot of stuff for you. Like I know that. Like, dude, your ability to call people and have quality conversations, that rate will go way up if Cordero will talk to you. So don't reach out to Cordero and say, man, I don't know about you. Will you be able to, are you really able to show me how to talk to people? Are you for real? It's like, dude, this dude about to change your whole life, man. Stop freaking worrying. You know what I'm saying? It's like, stop freaking second guessing this dude. You've done nothing. Stop guessing on somebody who's been out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to Kyrie Irving. It's like, Kyrie, do you think if you teach me how to handle the ball that I'll be able to dribble? It's like, dude, come on, man. It's like, come on, man.
Come on, man.
What Chris said, you better check my police record.
Check my police record. The real deal. I'm not playing with you.
Come on, move to the back of this. You better check my police record.
Never got to the back of the bus, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, in that regards, it's a mindset. Like I was saying earlier, it's a mindset that'll make a person say, uh,
But that's still contacts equals contracts because it's like, man, you get with somebody like Cordero teach you how to cold call, man, you be sitting there calling, it's gonna shortcut you to getting that contract, guaranteed, 100%. There's no way you don't, 100%.
yeah, for sure, man. And that's because it goes in all directions. Maybe you get a better title company that handles the job better and is more affordable, or they're more reputable in that community. You might get a better attorney, a better realtor that you can partner with, this, that, and the other, a better VA. You might have to, you know how many VAs you got to reach out to find the right one? That's another thing people just talk about. Well, I'll just go hire a VA. I'll just go get one. Like it's just like that easy. No, it's not, buddy.
Cordero, you need to call them back and say that. You need to call the people with the left properties back and say, hey, you ain't standing on business. Hey, go on. Oh man.
You ain't standing on business. I really
how my boy Thad doing. Thad doing good, man. Thad doing good. He chilling. He hanging out in the wings, man. He's still, moving and shaking in South Georgia and stuff like that, man.
Not that.
But yeah, man. So, dude, this contacts equal contracts is so strong, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really on it right now because it's like that's how you drive leads.
Because
you know
that's the basics. Period. Like what Byron's saying is that's the basics of this entire thing, right? And I think understanding the basics is important. And I'm speaking to however you get there is however you get there. For some people, it's just about just jumping into straight volume because that's your personality type. Other people, it's like working my way up to that. But you got to understand, if you are starting with 5 contacts a week, start with what you can start with. But you ain't 5 contacts a week ain't gonna be nothing like 500 a day, and then 5,000 a day. You always this is the basics, and it's a direct indicator, my output to input. So it's just like this, if maybe you can't start with going on a 24-hour fast, but you can start doing intermittent fasting, or you can start at some caloric deficit to bring yourself down and go into the gym. But regardless, just know it's just the basic numbers is understanding that the more I cut, the faster I achieve those results. And you can't go so fast to where it's the last thing that you do, partner. So be safe out there. But just understanding those fundamentals about business, not this business, but business, period. Contact equal contracts. People equal dollars.
Yep. The people got your money in your pocket. It's like y'all passing deals every day. You know what I'm saying? You talking to people every day who said it. Like people just sell their property. Like people sell properties. It's like I guarantee you talk to somebody who sold their property to somebody for cash, probably. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's later at a grocery store, whether it's somebody at the bank, whether it's random person that you ran into. It's like, dude, just tell people like you got to talk to people. Like you got to make contact. You know what I'm saying? And like Cordero was saying, like cold calling is like, if I gave you one way, if I only had one way to do it to tell people, like if you starting out, cold calling is the best way to learn how to talk to people, how to have quality conversations with people. Like that is like, it's going to be the best way to figure out how to have quality conversations with people. But even if you cold calling, you need to make sure that you're doing it right, that you actually contacting people. You know what I'm saying? And not just contacting them though, because your contact could be trash. Like the dude that we got onto the live, you remember? He was like, he's contacting people, but it's trash. And he said, how many deals have you done, Cordero? I'm saying, man. That's why I say Cordero think everybody reaching out like he reaching out. It's like, dude, you can reach out to dude, I'm telling you. Some people ain't having quality. Dude, there's some people that's talking to you, and if you teach somebody how to use your script, they talk to them, and they wouldn't talk to other people.
But yeah,
is that true?
Hold on, wait, what did you say?
If like And I've listened like, and it's hit me even harder when I listen to my VAs like use your script and go through, because I've listened to them use stuff that I gave them and go through it, and it's like they able to have conversations with people that they wouldn't have had those conversations before.
Yeah, but
it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like not only. Go ahead.
Is the only reason why I got there is from calls. It's from
sure.
calls. And so it's not because I think that you're going to be good at me on the phones. If you start off with texting, with bandit signs, with inbound leads, at some point it should end up on the phone. And so I think that's your knife that's sharpening your axe. And but I think you think everybody Byron, because it's like people can't just jump out and do 10,000 people a day. Yeah, that's the basic principles, but a brand new person is their head gonna pop off. Their head's gonna pop off if they still ain't. And so it's just like, that's the basic principles. If I do more reps or put more weight on, then I get stronger. But everybody ain't starting out like that. What I'm saying is, before you start doing the handstand push or the bench press, maybe you should just start with some push-ups. That's my thing, because that gets you stronger. I just think that's a compound movement. It gets you stronger and it works on a lot of different stuff all in one. First of all, it's increasing your contacts, but also it's sparring. It makes you better in that position. So I'm saying, if you didn't know me, if you didn't have access to my script or anybody who you can actually use their script that helps you, then I think the quickest way to get better is just by jumping off in that. I think.
Hey, jump in that dollar. But what I'm saying is when you end the dollar, there's two things.
Yeah.
There's two most important things.
Yeah.
Actually making contact and having quality conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the main two things. And you can get them. I mean, you do need reps to build it up. It's just like if you was working out. It's like you can get proper form.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a year to learn proper form. You know what I'm saying? On basic exercises, like if somebody know how to do it, they can go in there and show you, hey, this is how you do it properly. You know, you may mess it up a couple of times, but after a little bit, you can get proper form. You know what I'm saying?
That's a perfect analogy for dude that was called on the phone, because the biggest reason why people don't get proper form and they go to Snap City is ego. That's the one thing that you gotta, and I realize that because it's hard to do that in this context too, because you want to get on the phone and act like you know everything. In reality, you don't realize you're working against yourself. Just like Buddy, when he called in, he was just like, well, we usually do this. This is our approach. I'm like, you've never done it. What are you talking about? You've never done a deal. That's not I can hear how you talking. You arguing with me on the phone. You acting like I'm the problem, and you're only focused on what you get out of it and not helping the seller. That's ego. Same reason why somebody would go in, ain't been to the gym in years or ever at all, and instantly try to put on the heavy weight and do a whole lot of reps or a whole lot of weight because I think I need to be on this person's level. When in reality, you might need to start with push-ups, and that will make you way stronger. And all that takes is like 10 minutes for you to figure out, okay, put my hands right here, and doing just 10 push-ups, 10 sets of 10 will make you way stronger than putting 225 on the bench if that's too much for you.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
And so if you just want to get on the phone and do it your way and just keep banging your head up against the wall, hey, let me ask for a cash offer. Let me do this, that, and the other. It's just like you working against yourself. And I know this way I feel like, man, it's going too slow. But my way is about having a funnel in the conversation. And if a seller doesn't want to follow that funnel, you're not deviating and stepping off track just to keep up with the seller. You're saying, if you don't fall into this funnel, you disqualified yourself. You're not who I need to talk to. Do you want to go down this pipe? Yes or no? No, then you're not who I want to talk. If somebody finally says yes, it took longer to get there, but you've removed your ego and you found the right person. And so volume and quality is quantity and quality at a certain point. But here's the thing. If we're being honest, quantity and volume is going to trump quality. Yes, just honestly.
For
Even
sure.
a typical person can, like Byron said, you just throw up 1,000 shots. It's like I can't win them all. I can't make them all, but I guarantee you, I can't just keep missing them. If I'm actually quasi aiming, if you find that low hanging fruit, and that's usually what most people's first deal is, low hanging fruit, and then you get better over time. You understand? But at some point, if you're really trying to do this consistently, it's quality and quantity.
That's when you really gonna start cooking. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, it's like you can't, like you said, you gotta be aiming. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be making contact. If you ain't making contact, yeah, you can take 10,000 shots to my 100 shots. If you ain't making contact, then you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, like being able to get on the dollar the right way, because I've done it wrong. Sitting there not talking to people.
Dude,
not talking to
I
people.
heard Byron in the dialer back in the day.
You know what I'm saying? My junk was spam. Dude.
Hold on.
Nobody.
I'm gonna tell the people this story. I gotta tell the people this story. This was a while ago. I can't remember why you was in the dialer at that point. It was a long time ago, but you was just like in the dialer. People was answering, you just like, hey, you got a house you want to sell?
Yeah.
Oh, click. We were just going through this. All he was doing was, do you have a house you want to sell? All right, bye. And I get it, because he's still thinking volume. Let me just do as many. If I ask this question as many times as I possibly can, then something should happen. But
yeah, dude, man, it's contacts and quality conversations, dude. Quality.
And also a part of quality too, I want to add this, is making sure you're talking to the right people. I've seen a lot of new people do this. I heard a guy for once, it was in like a group of newer gentlemen, never done a deal. He was just like, if somebody says they're not interested, I started doing this thing where I say, well, if you were interested, how much would you want for your house? And I'm like, dude, why would you ask that person not interested? You wasting time, and you taking away from the contact from the real person who is interested, but you wasting time. So a part of the quality aspect is making sure you're talking to the right people. Am I talking to a person who actually wants to sell? Am I talking to a person who wants to sell and wouldn't be opposed to getting a contract signed today if we could come to an agreement? Am I talking to the decision maker? Are there other decision makers involved? Are you the only one? How can we work this out? Right. And so a part of quality is knowing what you're looking for. And that's why we always say, get the buyers first. That's why we always say, because a lot of these principles that are just given, contacts equal contracts, volume is important, frequency is important. All of that becomes, I don't know, more laser focused and more real when you know what you're looking for. In order to do that, you get the buyer. The buyer tells you what you're looking for. There's a lot of people that come in and joins Byron course, and we tell them find the buyer. They may spend like a day finding the buyer, and then they'll go right to like trying to talk to sellers, and they're like, man, I got a deal. What do I do? I was like, well, send it to one of your buyers. They're like, I don't have a buyer. Like, okay. You know what I mean? It's just like that happens with a lot of people, like a lot of people that we talk to. And so when you find the buyers first, it helps this, because when Byron said contacts and getting the quantity, you pull the list that fits what your buyers are looking for. That's important too. You see what I'm saying? So about the quality, it's about making sure that who you're talking to and anybody that raises their hand are people who like genuinely that could turn into a deal. I think that's the equivalent of, at least when I shoot, if I got 1,000 shots, when I shoot, at least it's hitting the rim or somewhere in that general area. If I shoot and I'm completely airballing, or I'm going in the stadium with the ball, I'm completely in the wrong place. It's just like, as long as you can get it down here and keep getting it in this general area as much as you can, you liable to hit. So quantity is conversation, but also knowing what you're looking for helps.
Dude, to be honest with you, man, this is one of the hardest lives that we done for real. That's like super important for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, I think it's important not just for beginners, but for people right now in general, because this time in the market is super important to make sure you're doing that stuff. So,
Yeah.
but man, we've been in this thing, man, an hour. Boom, an hour, dude. So we finna roll out of here on y'all. If you want Cordero secret, what other these words people be using? Secret, elite, top notch, script free.
All type of, I don't know.
People using the words, man. People using the words. You can get it for free, man. Go follow Cordero on IG, and this partly is about you, partly is about him, because I know Cordero ain't the type of person that sit on IG. So now he gonna have to go to IG. When you follow him, he gonna have to send you his free script. So it is gonna be more of a challenge probably for Cordero than you, just because he ain't sitting around on IG like that.
If you jump on there, follow me, send me a message, say, hey man, let me get access to that. I'll let you. Let me get the script.
Daryl, man, if they follow you, just send them the script, man. Come on.
Nah, what if it's some? What if it's an old honey from high school that followed me?
Yeah, you don't respond anyway.
What's this? What's your problem? Why you send me a script? What's wrong?
Hey, they sent you a friend request, Cordero. He probably got his paid private. He got to accept you as a friend, probably.
Yeah. I do got my.
Make yourself public, man. You are a public figure now.
No, I'm not.
Dude. Like, people know you. Everybody watching this channel know you, man. You're a public figure. Hey, you're gonna be mess around, went out somewhere. You come to Atlanta, you been went out somewhere, someone like, hey, you that dude that you're a public figure, dude.
Listen, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. But look, if you reach out to me, let me know you want the script. I give you the script, ain't no problem. Ain't no thing. But like we said, whether if you reaching out to us for help, keep it in mind. It's just like we are taking time out of our day to help you. I'm not gonna argue with you about the script. This is how we do it. This is how I say it. You can make it fit, but there are some things people like, can I just remove this one part? It's just like, you don't understand. Every little detail in there is important. Like every little detail is important. So if you removing it, it's like if you got a car, but you ain't never heard of a car before, he's like, can I just take this big old heavy engine out? It's like, it's kind of an important piece to the overall thing. So like, man, this is kind of getting in the way. Can I remove the steering wheel? It's like, I don't know if you want to do that, but holla at your boy. I'm there. We there, man. We there. Yeah. We like swimwear.
For sure, man. We gotta come back and try to hit us hard tomorrow, though. Appreciate y'all coming through. Until tomorrow, peace out.